Hello everybody, welcome to part 2 of the Creator Team series, where today we will be simulating a race at probably Saudi Arabia and then managing Melbourne. So from last episode we had a horrendous result with some crashes from Porcher and then Vesti just having no pace because the car is wank. But these next couple races should be pretty rough until we get our first car upgrades done. So realistically we're looking at better performance by probably China and Miami. So we're going to have a couple horrendous races, but hopefully we can capitalize on some mistakes that people have made and try and beat our rivals, Kick Sauber. From last race as well, we got a bit of extra money, which we will be investing in another helipad to try and get our marketability up and hopefully earn some more money, because our team has nothing pretty much. We are rubbish. We have everything is shit. It's all bad. But all we can do is hope and pray that we can get a better result. So we also have new ATR period and our race simulator is done. So hopefully we can get some better growth on our drivers, because they're alright, but we definitely need to improve after Porcher's crash as well. We need to get his stats up. Anyway, we have got an email saying about how it's been done, and then we can't make any parts yet because we still got it. R1's being made. Oh, and we have a tour sensor, which again I'm going to invest once again because it will give us weekly income, which we do need, even though we have a hefty amount to start with. But hopefully we can get some momentum going and just get better overall everywhere. We've got an email beforehand saying that it's a balanced circuit and our car is not well suited, obviously, because it is horrendous. So we're gonna have to see how it goes, and hopefully it'll go alright. Race target for both drivers, we're gonna have to go 21st for both, because we don't have the pace to go and fight any higher than that realistically, unless we get some DNFs along the way.
We're here in Jeddah, where the tension is boiling as we head into the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. We're on the shores of the Red Sea in the shade of Jeddah's skyscrapers. This might be a dream setting, but as we know, in Formula One, not all dreams come true. In the last round, Max Verstappen flew to victory, the Dutchman proving that he can be absolutely unstoppable when he's in such fine form. It's shaping up to be a great weekend, so don't go anywhere.
Into free practice 1, we are going to be looking to get the best car setup possible while trying not to crash this time. So we'll set our run plan to 20 laps and think of a setup. So if I remember correctly, that one should do the trick, but there'll probably need to be some refinement mid-session. But let's skip through this and hopefully it ends alright. By the end of practice, we managed to get 100% setups on both cars, which will be great for the race. 100% track acclimatization as well, so hopefully we can cook and get a good result, even though we probably won't, but hopefully we can beat some cars. Try and do better. Heading into qualifying, we will be hopefully trying to get into Q2, but I think it will be quite unlikely. We only have 4 sets of tyres overall, 1 if we get into Q3. Realistically, I want 2 for the race, just to be safe. And we'll try and hopefully get a good result. finishing our first lap in qualifying, we'll be hoping to try and get a nice clean lap and getting the best possible position. He'll go to P1, 2.5 seconds behind Sainz. Vesti, on the other hand, he is going pretty much the same speed. No, he's not. 4/10 behind Porcher, which is not good, so we'll have to send them out again. I'll send them out on the used set, and hopefully we can get them higher up. On this second run, Porcher got held up horrendously, which sees him not improve at all. And Vesti, we are watching go around the final corner to go up to P18, which is great, seeing that his first lap was quite a lot slower. Stroll will probably out-qualify us, so right now it's looking like 20th probably. Yeah, 20th and 19th, but I feel like Sargent and Ocon will improve later on in the session, but we'll go around for one more lap. With the final run, we see Porcher improve up to P21 ahead of Vesti, and Vesti's lap has just been abysmal. He's just had that bloody Sauber blocking and trying to overtake him the whole lap, so we will probably see him P22, which means that both of our drivers are out in Q1 along with both Alpines and both Kicks. What a rubbish result. That is complete shit, but hopefully the race can treat us better. In the end, Lando Norris gets another pole position ahead of Max Verstappen and Carlos Sainz, which, heading into this race, we know we are going to simulate it, but we have a wide choice of tyres, so it might be good to risk putting them on a 2-stop, hopefully, but a 1-stop does seem like the better strategy. I think we'll put Porcher on this strategy, hoping that maybe, there's not much we can do really, but let's hope we can get a good result by the end of it. In the end, Lando Norris has bottled another win. Max Verstappen has won with fastest lap and with, again, a demanding lead. Meanwhile, Vesti had a pretty good race, getting up to P18, beating both Saubers, which is really good, and Ocon. Porcher, on the other hand, I don't know what happened, but that 2 seconds off his fastest lap is just not good. Championship-wise, Max Verstappen is now 20 points ahead, with Norris behind in second. Carlos now overtaking Leclerc because Leclerc had a disappointing race, but that does mean that we move up ahead of Zhou Guanyu, so we're beating a Kick, so we take that. In the constructors, we're still dead last. Haas has moved up, and Red Bull have continued to open up their lead. Pit stop wise, we did get another point for the fastest pit stop award, which is pretty good. Red Bull taking the lead obviously, but that does put us in 7th. Unfortunately, Haas and Alpine have jumped us, which we don't want. Before the next weekend, we have some news, which is pretty interesting. So, one race telling us how shit our race was. Expected us to, they were just shit talking us. Helipad upgrade has been completed, so we can hopefully get a bit more money and more marketability. Feature race, this is what we do want to look at. So Antonelli got pole, Bortoletto won the sprint, and Antonelli won the feature, which is a driver that we're looking at to try and sign as an affiliate. And we have some exciting stuff about him. So his contract is ending, but we might try and sign him earlier, hopefully as a talent for the future of our team, who can hopefully lead the way. Meanwhile, I need to start scouting some technical chiefs because R1 is complete arse, and we also need a new head of aero because our staff is awful. Like, I mean, look at that. Our sporting director is so bad. At least we're ahead of Haas, but I feel like we should try and sign Randy. I want Randy. Let's get him up. Let's scout him. And I think we can get another scout team, which I think Pat Fry might be trying to steal him off Williams, maybe, because he's pretty high rated. He'll be quite a big improvement, but I guess it would depend on contracts and everything else. We've also got a team hub upgrade, and I think that's why Porsche had a bad race. We had a gearbox issue, which is not what we want at all. But heading into Australia, we won't have any new parts. The chassis will be completed though, which is a positive, because hopefully we can start moving in the right direction, trying to fight a lot more than we are at the moment. So we've got the chassis done, so we will want to manufacture 3 of them, which will arrive in China. So not great. How much does it cost to... We'll just wait. There's no point. We can get it in 21. That would let us get it for Suzuka, but I don't see a point of spending more money, since, I mean, we've got enough, but we should really save it. Now that that is done, I think we should try and focus on some other aspects of our car. So, I mean, it's pretty rubbish everywhere. There's nowhere where it's good. I feel like we should probably go for an underfloor. I'll put all of the wind tunnel and CFD time into it, hopefully to get the best result we can, and we'll make the lifespan minimum. This will see us get a slight improvement. Weight wise we'll get an improvement, which could be pretty good later on, but I'll keep it balanced and continue to make more over the season, and hopefully that will help us. All of our stuff, they're neutral, but everyone hates the car, so it's not the worst. We are missing some parts apparently, or they're low, which doesn't really matter, and we have tension between Porsche and Mr. Scary Man Paolo, or however you say his name, Paolo. But it's not looking great so far. And we get our scouting results back as well. Pat Fry has a 2-year contract, so realistically I don't want to be paying for him, so maybe we should see what Neil has, because I think he will be out of contract. And sporting director wise, Randy's out of a contract, so maybe we should try and get him as an improvement. And finally, head of aero, Jared Murphy. We'll scout Jared Murphy and hope we can swoop him up, but I think I should try and get a contract for next season. It will cost us a bit of money, and we'll want him for, I want him for 3 seasons. We'll pay him, how much would he want realistically? I don't mind doing a higher sign-on bonus for him, seeing that he got paid. So if we do that and put his actual contract down, because he's want to pay as minimal, or as small as possible for him, I think that should do. And hopefully we get a response from him, and it will be a good response, but I doubt it. We also have another facility upgrade for the tour centre, which I will then upgrade again because it's a good return on investment, and yeah, hopefully we can earn a bit more money. Our suspension has now been completed, so we want to be making probably 4 of them. We'll make 4, which will help us with our tyre preservation and straight line speed, but we do sacrifice our cornering ability slightly. Heading into the race weekend, we get our responses. Jared Murphy, once again, he's out of contract at the end of season, so maybe we should try and get him. I think it would be a good shout, and we also get a response. Neil is out of contract, which I think is probably the way we will be going at it, and hopefully getting our two more staff to improve our team. Driver-wise, I feel like we should probably scout, but I think we have them locked in for 3 years, but maybe we should look for alternatives just in case they perform horribly. And I think we'll scout George Russell as a random choice. George Russell and Piastri, because they're pretty good shouts. They're not bad. Race targets once again 21st and 21st again, because our car is shit, and hopefully we can get a good result. Heading into the race weekend, looking like it will be raining either in, oh no, the whole, yeah, so rainy qualifying, so hopefully we can capitalise on that. We will need to replace Pourchaire's gearbox because I doubt that will last for the rest of the weekend, and it will probably be down on pace. Strategy-wise, well not strategy, setup-wise, I think we'll go and hopefully we get 100% again to just give the drivers a bit more confidence, and hopefully we can maybe challenge a bit more this race, seeing that we are slowly improving, but we'll have to see at the end of qualifying really, and at the end of the weekend, and see if we have improved or not. Let's get to it. Heading into quali after practice, we managed to get 95% on Pourchaire and 100% on Vesti, so we were so close. But for qualifying it is wet, so we're going to have to try to capitalise on this and hopefully gain a couple extra positions where we probably wouldn't normally get them. Finishing their final laps, they have improved, but I want to see how much this is. Pourchaire to P18 and Vesti P18, so we are starting 18th and 19th for the race, which is pretty good seeing the car we have and how rubbish it is, and hopefully we can move up a little bit and maybe try and beat Bottas, because he is looking like the better Sauber. And in the end, Max Verstappen gets pole after Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc, so Red Bull is on top form. Apart from Perez, Yuki once again gets through at the expense of Lewis Hamilton. And as well for us, unfortunately, Bottas qualified higher up in P14, which is not good at all, so we're going to have to think of a strategy to beat them. For the race, we will be doing a two-stop strategy and pretty much doing the opposite, and hoping that either one of our drivers can benefit off that. We will be underfueling the car by about 3 laps, because the engine will probably overheat anyway, and hopefully that should do the trick and we can get a good race. We'll also start them on maximum push. And it just changed my strategy, great. And hopefully this will work and we can get a good result. Let's get into it.
Well, it's great to have you with us, folks, as we settle in for the weekend's Grand Prix action. And for Lando Norris, this is another chance to see what he can do in this car.
Starting 4th here is a great position. If the team can get their strategy right, they can bring home some big points.
And the time has come. Let's go racing. Get ready for the Australian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Heading into T1, we are pretty much equal, and Vesti seems to be going for a move on Sargent, which he does get him, and Sargent has dropped down even more, and Pourchaire has managed to benefit from that, and Vesti is looking to try and overtake Magnussen, but Pourchaire is going down the inside, and let's hope that there is not any contact between our drivers. And it looks like Piastri is holding everyone up at the moment, or it may even be Hamilton. It looks like somebody has damage up ahead, or it's just slow, which is bunching everyone up and causing a big issue for our drivers. And poor Chair just slowed on a straight, mate. Well done.
Copy.
But hopefully we can improve. We are one of the only people on mediums near the back, in front of us and behind us, so I think Vesti should try and get through, and we're going to also start conserving our fuel and also put our drivers down so that they don't overheat their tyres and just lose grip too early on. Heading into lap 3, Chair and Vesti are still in the same positions, both in like quite the DRS train, but now Chair has just dropped off the back of Magnussen, so we should try and push him to keep him in there. Otherwise, our race will pretty much be over if we don't have them in the DRS.
Now we're watching
Here
the
is
action
Chair
closely
overtaking Magnussen, which
The
is great, up
opportunity's
into
there.
16th position, which is what we want to see.
here. And the overtake is made.
But it looks like Magnussen will be getting back at us with his soft compounded tyres, and he's just keeping with us, and I think he'll probably get past here because our car is so bloody slow on a straight, which it happens, which is... Oh no! Chair has kept him behind, and hopefully I can push Vesti to try and overtake him. Chair is also still in the DRS of Albon, so we are still within the train, hopefully making up a position and heading up to 15th. As we also see Vesti trying to make a move on the Haas. Can he stick it around the outside? Not quite, but hopefully down here, down the straight, he'll be able to do it. And he does, and he's through. Albon is also on the medium tyres, as it seems Chair. Oh, and he's gone wide. Albon has pushed us off, which has just ruined that momentum, and it means that Chair is now behind, and Vesti is the car going after Albon. As he does not want to overtake, apparently. Chair is being overtaken by the Haas of Magnussen because after we've dropped off that DRS train, we just don't really have the pace. The Chair is keeping the Haas. Oh, and the Haas is down. So we will be keeping 17th, but now we have the Alpine of Pierre Gasly trying to overtake us. As we also see Vesti get past Albon, which we just missed. Which is great, because now we're running higher and hopefully we can catch Bottas in front. Seems that Chair is just dropping off in pace now, as we just do not have the overall speed compared to our competitors to get past, and also Gasly has caught up and overtaken Vesti out of nowhere.
Let's have a look
Which
at
is
that.
not what we want to see.
Right, let's have a look now. Around turn 3. It's certainly inviting.
Easy DRS overtake as our car is just too slow. Heading into lap 13 of the race, and our cars are just dropping down from our original positions as we just don't seem to have the pace at all. Neither does Chair, being nearly 7 seconds behind Sargent, which is just crazy. Because I mean, he's on the mediums, but still, the pace is just nowhere, which is horrible. And he's not even looking after the tyres. So we'll start pushing him, and hopefully we can claw back some time with Vesti still somewhat in the fight. Logan Sargent doesn't know how to drive apparently, and hits straight into the side of what I assume is Zhou Guanyu. Could even be Bottas. As Vesti heads into the pit lane, we hope to be getting a quick stop and maybe hopefully trying to get past, as Chair loses 2 positions apparently. 2.7 seconds pit stop, which is not too bad, and hopefully we can try and get ahead of Magnussen, which we are unable to do. Lap 23, we start to see Joe pitting, and Pourchaire is also pitting. Hopefully we can get a good stop here. 2.8 second pit stop, and we jump Joe in the pit lane as well. Heading into lap 43, we are pitting Vesti onto softs instead of mediums to hopefully try and gain back some time against our competitors with a 2.6 second pit stop, which is wonderful, and Joe is still behind us. Lap 46 sees Pourchaire pitting. Hopefully this should be a quick stop. I don't think we'll be improving that much in this race, so with a 2.698 second pit stop, which is not bad at all. Heading into lap 57, Vesti has managed to catch up and overtake Logan Sargent, which is just what we needed and puts us up one position. Heading towards the line, Vesti just manages to keep P19. Overall, pretty rubbish race. Pourchaire 20s, but he did pit again. And we don't even get a faster pit stop, so it is useless.
Not a quick race to sum up, not least for George Russell there.
7th place at the end of that one, and some points for the team.
Out and onto the podium steps Charles Leclerc, the driver from Monaco, really deserving of that top 3 spot.
That gives them their first win of the season, and it was really well deserved.
Well, it wasn't exactly a walk in the park, but it was a thrilling weekend here for us all at the Australian Grand Prix. Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
Well, it was a bit of a mixed bag here. Some things went their way, but others didn't. I think their main target now will be finding some consistency for sure.
And that's about that for this weekend here in Melbourne.
Next round will see us head east as F1 prepares for the Japanese Grand Prix. We'll see you at Suzuka, a firm favourite for the drivers.
Don't know why Pourchaire was celebrating there, finishing so low down. But anyway, in the end, Charles Leclerc won the race with Max Verstappen second and Sergio Perez third. I mean, it's pretty interesting. That does stop Max's win streak so far of 2. And it does put Charles Leclerc back into the fight in second, and Lando Norris dropping even further down after a horrid result, really, being beaten by his teammate as well. In the end, P19 and P22 for us. Not where we want to be, but it is slow improvements. Pourchaire we put again at the end to try and get a faster pit stop, which I don't think worked. Mercedes move up a position, and we are still at the bottom. No fastest pit stop at all for us, which is a shame. Williams get it, RB get it, which means that we move down 3 positions into 10th, which is not good at all. But we'll need to continue improving and hopefully come back stronger, and we get some money as well at the end of it. After this weekend, we have some emails to read, pretty much saying again our car's shit. We've also had some parts fail, which is not good at all, because it means I have to spend more money. In F2, we have seen Bierman take pole, Marty win the sprint race, and Bierman winning the feature race. And in F3, Lindblad got pole, Lindblad won the sprint, and he also won the feature race. So he is somebody to keep an eye out for. In the standings, it means Marty is still at the lead with quite a decent points gap, but now Bierman has caught up a lot and is closing in. And in F3, Bogdanovic, he's still leading, same with Tramnitz in second, but Lindblad, that point score will help him move up a lot, and hopefully there'll be an interesting fight at the front. The tension has also gotten worse between Porcher and Paddock, which is stupid. You know, just get along, mate. The car's shit, but just got to live with it. And we also have our new front wing completed, so we'll be making a couple of them, which can actually arrive for Suzuka, which should help us quite a lot. Overall, in this episode, it wasn't a good one. There was improvements compared to the first race, but our car is just not quick enough. Oh, okay, maybe it's getting a bit, but I feel like that's just a mistake if we move forward one. Well, apparently, oh yeah, apparently our car's getting slightly better, but that is it for today's episode. We have made progress, but there's still a bit to go with our upgrades coming. Hopefully next episode we can hopefully fight a bit more than we can now. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next one.